Valley Rams World. I'm Simon Bettis, and with me I have Paul Corky, the Secretary of the Valley Rams. We're going to ask him a few questions today. Paul, how long have you been a Cardiff City fan for?
I first started watching City in the late 60s. I can barely remember Toshak and Clark saying that, and Don Murray. But my first real heroes was John Buchanan and Adrian Olsen and Tony Evans, people like that, I suppose, in the mid-70s when we got promoted. That was a great season.
How did you get involved with the Rams, and how did you become secretary?
Well, I first became involved in the Rams when I first started, really. I mean, Gwyn started it all off. Gwyn, Big Sam, Merv, people like that. It was started because a lot of people was travelling to games individually, which was a bit stupid, really. I'd be two in a car going some places and one in a car, so we thought we'd all get together. Gwyn really ran it on his own with the help of the reps for 2 years, and then I came as secretary at the beginning of last season to relieve him of the workload because he got a full-time job, and of course I'm not working because of my disability. So I helped him out, so I organised the buses now instead of Gwyn, really, but Gwyn is very much part of the Rams still. In fact, he's a spokesman for the Rams, and he's the main man, really.
What do you think the Rams do for Cardiff City?
Well, I think they just give them support, really. I mean, most of the Rams members are 100% behind the Bluebirds, same as every other supporter is saying that. It's just that we're no different to anybody else, really. We're just an organised group that follow the city. I mean, one of our main problems when we first started was the hooligan problem at Cardiff City, which was multiplied by the media, and it wasn't as bad as what they thought it was, but we had to do something about it. Too many of our boys were being arrested for no reason at all, and we had to get organised, really, to stop this and to prove to people that we weren't as bad as what people made out. And I think the Rams have achieved this up to a point. We work very closely with the police. A lot of the boys don't like doing that, but we've got to do that. I mean, we've got no choice, really. I mean, it was no good as it was. We was losing too many fans every game. We've been victimised by the police, I believe. We've been over-policed in many games, and a lot of boys was getting arrested. So the Rams have helped, in my opinion, to eradicate a lot of the hooliganism by being organised and by showing the boys a different way about going about things, really.
You mentioned the police there. What role do you play with the police?
Well, we keep in touch with our movements, really. I mean, before a big game, say West Ham, we would meet the police from London if it's possible. This is our main problem, really, is communication, because that's what it's all about, really, communication, because you've got good communication with the police. I've worked a lot of occasions, especially Bradford this season, where the guy came down twice to meet us, and he went off so well there. It just proved the point, really. We was met with no riot police or police, you know, in that sort of mood. So it tended to make the day a better day. I mean, West Ham didn't work out as we planned, but at least we did try and plan something for that match. It doesn't always work, but I think that's the way forward, really.
What's your opinion on drinking at football matches?
Well, this is an emotive subject. I mean, this law has been around a long, long time now, and it's illegal to drink on coaches going to football matches, and yet they don't stop people going in cars drinking, don't stop people going in vans drinking or on a train. It's just a dark area, really. I mean, you arrive at a football ground generally, and you get led straight into a public house to drink, really, and then you got the risk then of coming out of this pub and being arrested for having a drink, which is a grey area. What we need to do is negotiate with the police some sort of agreement, which we are trying to do at the moment. I went to a fans parliament last week and we talked about this issue. A lot of people drink at cricket matches, at racing events, and nobody ever gets stopped on them coaches. It's just an emotive subject that needs a lot of looking into, really, and a lot of communication with the police to deal with.
How do you organise the Rams when you've got 2,000 members?
Yeah, it's a difficult question, is it? See, the Rams is an organisation run by many people. I'm just the main organiser at the moment. I mean, the reps are the vital part of the Rams. I mean, each area got its own reps, and without the reps we would be nothing, really. I mean, the reps organise each area to a degree now where really I'm just booking the buses for them, and they all come from me eventually. But we've got such good reps in all areas now. It's made my job a lot easier, but it's very difficult sometimes getting buses. Some bus companies still don't trust us, others bite their hands off to have us employ them, you know. At first we had a terrible struggle to get coaches to take us anywhere. Now we get people ringing us up asking us to take us, so things have improved greatly, but that's down to the reps mainly.
The Rams also organise trips to Wales, international trips away. How do you organise this?
Yeah, that was proving difficult for me, so what we've done this season is form an international committee. With Pierce is on it and Snowy from the Rose and Crown down in Pontypridd. And we're going to take over the mantle of running these trips. We've got Austria coming up, and we got Azerbaijan, Poland, England of course. And this committee will also deal with overnight trips, because next season we're going to try and do overnight trips to Sunderland and to Ipswich. Now Norwich are gone obviously, and Preston probably when we go to Blackpool. So it's a lot of work really. We've also instigated this season a savings club, whereas our members can now put standing orders in and save every week with the Rams, and then when the trip comes up they can have their money out straight away. And I think this is the way forward, because we've got so many games to go to and it's very expensive for the lads, so I think this is the way forward this season.
On a lighter note, there's been rumours going about a certain Valley girl from Piccadilly. What's this about?
No, I don't really know, but I know Melanie quite well. I assume we're talking about Melanie. I mean, what you got to remember is Melanie never misses a Wales match away, a Wales match I should say. And she's very good supporter of Cardiff City as well, and she very rarely misses a game. So, because she's a female, she probably gets the mickey taken out of her more than what she should really. She's a good supporter, and we should be glad that she's on board.
Do you think we should be supporting England in Euro 2004?
Well, I don't think we should be made to support anybody. We Welsh people, why should we support England? I mean, on the other hand, why should people support France against England? I suppose you could say that. Double-edged sword. I mean, there's a lot of nonsense going on lately about flags going up in Asda's and stuff like that, but I suppose there's English people living in Wales, perhaps they want to buy them, you know, so, and you've got to remember that we're part of Great Britain. But personally, I would never support England in anything. I mean, I'm a Welsh person through and through, Valley boy, and I would always support Wales. I would never put an England flag on my car for a start.
Do you think Russia should have been kicked out of the tournament?
That's a difficult one as well. What I wish they'd done really is, once they got the drugs results back, I think they should have tested a lot more of them, because if it's just one person out of the whole Russian squad, should the whole team be thrown out? That's a difficult question. I mean, did the team know about it? There's a lot of ins and outs we're not sure about there. But it still seems sad to me that a team could get through by cheating, because taking drugs is cheating if they're going to play a football match. And yet UEFA seem to have little authority to do anything about it. I mean, I would have wondered if the boot was on the other shoe, or the shoe was on the other boot, or whatever it is, or the shoe was on the other foot, whatever you like to say. Whether they would have thrown Wales out if it had been Wales had been taking the drugs and not Russia. I mean, what if Russia had been playing Italy? What would have happened then? This we don't know. So I think they've got to have a fair playing field for everybody.
Do you think season tickets will go up or down or stay the same as last year?
I think they may be slightly down. Last year we just got through the playoffs. We got into a new division, and there was euphoria around the city. Everybody was getting them as quick as they could. Hopefully they'll get to a level where they were last season. I mean, we've got better teams to play this season, and to me it's far more exciting season. It's just convincing people. We've still got a lot of fans who's on, you know, shaky grounds. We haven't got enough people who are dedicated 100% to Cardiff City at the moment. That'll take a long time to grow, you know. But I just hope that we can get, well, on a parity last season really. If we can get 10,000 season tickets, I think that'll be a good result. Okay.
Do you think Sam is keeping everyone completely clear on going on, or is he keeping us in the dark?
Well, we've got to remember with Sam came here, he was a multi-millionaire. He could have gone on the beach and lived the rest of his life on the beach if he wanted to. He could have been in Bahamas or wherever he wanted to go in the world. He didn't. He came to us, and we was a lower third division team with no prospects and no future. He took us from there to the first division. We got a new stadium on the cards now, and it should start in September hopefully. And we're in the first division, and we've got some great players. We've got many internationals. I think Sam's business is Sam's business, and should be left to that. If you support Cardiff City Football Club, I shouldn't think that should make any difference. What difference would it make if you knew? What do you want to know? Bad news? You don't. I mean, either support the team 100% or you don't support them at all. It's no good saying, oh, I want to know this, I want to know that. Why do you want to know? Why? That always baffled me. I had a look at the internet and I see these people saying all these different things. I don't see it makes any difference. Either you're a Cardiff City supporter 100% or you're not. And that's my argument.
Where do you see us finishing next season with the present squad?
With the present squad, well, you've got to add Peter Ford to that squad now, and you've got to add Dwayne Carpenter because he was out for a lot of last season. If we kept our squad as it is, and we was injury free all season, with no injuries whatsoever to any of our key players, then I think we'd be in the top 8, no problem. But we all know that's not going to happen. You're not going to keep your full squad for the whole season. So I honestly believe we need to strengthen the squad, because if we get too many injuries during the season, we could be in a relegation battle. I don't think Sam will let it go that far. He's never been involved in relegation in his life, so I don't think he'll let it go that far. But to be successful next season, I honestly think we need to strengthen the squad, because we may incur injuries, not because the squad is not good enough. I think the squad is quite good. Obviously, with the amount of internationals we've got in it, that proves that. I just think that 1 or 2 additions, centre half, maybe to help James Collins out, another midfielder maybe, and I think then we could really go for the playoffs.
When do you think work on the actual Cardiff City new ground will be started and completed?
The last time I spoke to Sam was a couple of weeks ago, and the projections then was September. There have been quite a few setbacks with our plans to start the stadium over the last 12 months, so I wouldn't bank on that. But it looks, by talking to David Temmie as well, late September looks now like the starting date. And once it starts, once the Athletic Stadium is under construction, I think we can look at another 2 seasons then before it gets completed. All the roadworks are going to be done as well. And then I would imagine about 3 seasons time we will be in a new stadium. That's my own opinion.
A certain person on the message board said the Dragon's Eye had something on the new stadium and were taking shots at Sophia Gardens.
I don't know what that's all about, to be honest with you. I remember the last Dragon's Eye, and that presenter was on the board Sam. I don't know whether they've got to be orientated, or a lot of the media are, and a lot of people are jealous of this new stadium, obviously. I mean, once the Millennium Stadium loses its status as an FA Cup stadium and as a playoff stadium, the Welsh Rugby Union will be struggling. And if Cardiff City keep being successful as they are, it's killing rugby off daily, to be honest with you. So this Dragon Eye, in my opinion, is just holding a vendetta against our club at the minute. I mean, there's lots of things you could look into if you wanted to, but I just think they really have to go to our club for some reason, and the best thing to do is don't watch the rubbish.